Our first guest is a multi-talented writer, actor, director, producer, and one of the funniest people on the planet, and he's almost like a friend to me. His latest venture is a purple-strained passion project called Houseplant. You can order their products at houseplant.com. Please welcome Seth Rogen! Seth! Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me. Great show so far.
Yeah,
You're doing wonderful.
Yeah, did you go for a run before the show?
I did,
just make your way over?
As you can see, these have never been worn before this moment, so no.
Congratulations on your Emmy nomination.
Thank you.
Yes. In fact,
I
5 nominations for The Boys.
For The Boys, yeah.
Yes.
Very exciting. Congrats on yours as well.
Thank you
Happy
very
New Year.
much. Thank you. 5 nominations, including Outstanding Drama.
Yeah.
And did you write it, or you're...
I produced the show.
Okay.
I bet a lot of the cast was like, wow, Seth Rogen's a producer on this show. That's cool. It's a comic I first read, and me and Evan saw it in the comic book stores, and we bought it, and we were like, this should be a TV show, and around a decade later, they finally let us turn it into one. And it's probably one of the first shows nominated for Best Drama that features a character with a 10-foot I would imagine. So that's a step in the right direction, I would say.
And have you ever been nominated for an Emmy before?
Yeah, 15 years ago, I was nominated as a writer for the Ali G show.
And were you Ali G?
Yeah, exactly. I'm Ali G. Yeah, no. We lost to The Daily Show.
Yes.
And I assume we'll lose again to some other show that people respect more than ours, I would imagine.
So here we are.
Here we are.
I'm looking down at my card.
Allow me for a moment, because
Yes.
honestly, like I imposed something on this show tonight when they called for my pre-interview.
Yeah.
And the truth is, I have a story I've been trying to tell on a talk show for like 7 years.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to ruin the illusion, but we do pre-interviews. And in the pre-interview, they're like, do you have any funny stories? And for the last 7 years, I've been like, I got a hilarious story. And I proceed to tell the story, and they seem to find it funny. And then I show up at the talk show, and they give me the little things of what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Sorry to ruin the illusion. And my story is never on it. And I'm always like, I just want to tell the story for the love of God. And then when they called for my pre-interview, I was like, I'm friends with Nick. I will not take no for an answer.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell this story that I've been wanting to tell. Around 7 years ago, I was at my friend's house, and he has a little dog that I have known since he got it. The dog was around 4 years old, maybe at this point, and I love this dog, and I'm a dog person. I love dogs. I'm into dogs, and the dog's like, it's a little hyper, but me and this dog have had a good thing. Always had a good thing.
Great.
So my friend goes into the other room. He's in the kitchen getting us drinks or something like that, and I'm in the living room with his dog, just kind of playing with his dog. And I'm petting his dog's head, scratching his dog behind the ear, and out of nowhere, his dog, like, snaps at me and, like, barks loud, like, ah! And I'm like, I scream. And my friend instantly, from the kitchen, having not seen what happened, just having heard it, screams at me, furious, Seth, he does not like it when you touch his penis. To which a million thoughts flood into my head.
Of course.
The first being, that's what you think I'm doing in here? You leave the room for 1 minute and I'm touching your dog's penis?
Yeah.
Like I'm waiting for you to go get us drinks, and I'm just like, oh, wait till he gets out of here, Baxter. I'm gonna get in there. Like,
how does he know that that's...
That was my next question, is how are you so in tune with the fact that your dog does not like it when you touch his penis? How many times did you touch his penis to know that that is the reaction that happens when you touch your dog's penis.
Yeah.
My third thought
Yeah.
was, maybe he doesn't like it when you touch his penis. But he doesn't know what I can bring to the table here. And it is both insulting to think I would touch your dog's penis, but also insulting to think that if I did, I would be bad at it in some way.
I would say unequivocally that you would be great at touching a dog's.
I think I would be probably pretty good at it.
Yeah.
And that is why the story has not been told on a talk show for the last 7 years.
What about? And
I feel good having gotten
And
it
what
out.
about this for a transition?
Do it.
You know, last month you tweeted something.
Yeah.
And if it's all right, I want to read the tweet that you wrote, and I'm going to do it in your voice.
Good, yeah.
Okay. Once I was in a spa in a hotel in Vegas getting like a massage. And when I finished, I turned over, and to my shock, Paul Rudd was massaging me. He saw me go in and convinced the masseuse to let him take over, thinking I'd notice immediately, and I didn't. And Paul did the entire rest of it. What's
So what's the deal with that? I mean, from my experience, I went in and got a massage, a good massage, and near the end of it, actually, how it was truly revealed to me is like they started massaging my face quite a bit, and at first I was like, ooh, like a face massage, like, ooh, it shows how little boundaries I have. I'm just like, and like I wasn't even gonna open my eyes. I'm just like, this stranger's like fondling my head now, and I paid for it, so I might as well just let it happen, or Universal did at least, and so. I finally opened my eye. I heard him start laughing. That was what broke it. And I opened my eyes to see Paul Rudd standing over me, like laughing hysterically with like my cheeks in his hands, like this essentially.
Was it a man or a woman who had been giving you the massage? Do you remember?
That's a good question.
Hey,
you're good at this.
Thanks
Nick.
so much. I really appreciate that. Because it's like, you think like if it were a lady and it was Paul's hands, like it shows how versatile a performer Paul Rudd is.
Paul is also a tiny man.
Yeah, he is a dainty fellow.
Diminutive little, he's a little guy.
But I love that
he's Ant-Man.
Yeah,
and that's
he's
not
Ant-Man.
trickery.
No, there's no camera tricks there.
Role. Yeah,
if you meet Paul Rudd, when you meet him,
he's this big. They bring him out in a special case. They kind of present him to you.
Yeah.
They make sure there's no birds in the room or anything like that.
Yeah. What do you think of Guillermo's look?
It's
great, right?
Is it raw or delirious?
I think
it's a combination of the two.
Yeah. It's a hot look.
It is hot, literally, you look hot.
Yeah, you look.
If you ever want to see someone sweat through a leather jacket, you can see that happen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back with more Seth Rogen after this. Welcome back. I am here with Seth Rogen. Now, I don't know if the audience knows this, Seth, but you're kind of known for smoking pot. I don't know if this is news to you guys. But you have now created an entire business around it.
I have, yeah.
Like this, I feel like this is like probably what the Flintstones used to roll joints.
Exactly. I mean, we make, home goods for people like me, who are people who love weed, and this was, it's like an all-in-one rolling tray. This was designed really to be the thing I wanted to use all day, and like there's a thing for filters and a paper dispenser. This is a very fancy and beautiful grinder.
Yeah.
You can use there. And there's an ashtray that comes off. That is in the design of one of our, and like really, I've used this thing every day for years, and it's made my life much better.
Yeah. This is the most sincere I've ever seen.
I know,
Seth
I'm
Rogen.
genuinely, there's nothing funny about this to me.
This is like an ashtray from Tron. What is this?
Yeah, exactly. This is a design studio called Facture designed these. They're beautiful. Yeah, this is an epoxy they use, and this is an inside that comes out so you can clean it. And we thought, wouldn't it be nice to have an ashtray that looks beautiful on your side table?
Oh my God,
And this is one of them.
This is like full on.
It's weird for me to promote a weed company on Jimmy Kimmel, trust me.
Yeah.
And especially when you're the one.
I know. Well, think how weird it is for the Disney Corporation.
Exactly. I love that.
Look, and then this one I think is pretty rad.
Yeah.
This is it says store things in here.
It's a pocket case.
Yeah, and what is there? There's a little
lighter built into there.
Whoop.
Yeah,
and this is this you use for the first night of Hanukkah?
Yeah, exactly.
And now, Seth, you are known for, it's like, do people ask you to get stoned all the time? Like, what's the weirdest person that's tried to get you to get them high?
A lot of people. I got my father-in-law high recently, and I almost killed him.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if I deserve full responsibility for it, honestly, but yeah, I smoked weed with my father-in-law recently, and he's around 70, and he doesn't smoke a lot of weed, and he took one giant hit while we were on our way to Mastro's Steakhouse in Beverly Hills.
Very cool,
name
bro.
Drop, name drop.
Cool, bro.
Yeah, exactly. That's the kind of guy I am.
Yeah, Mastro's, dude.
Smoking weed with 70-year-olds and eating steaks. And so he coughed for 15 minutes straight, which is I was concerned from one hit. And so he coughs as we're valeting the car. He coughs as we're being seated. We sit down. He's still coughing. Finally, he wheezes out the words like, "That was a big hit." And then, and so we're sitting in a little booth, and I see him start to bobble his head. And he's like, "I have to go to the bathroom." And he gets up and he starts walking across Mastro's. And I see him start to go down. He's gonna faint. And I run over right as he faints, and I catch him. And the only place I can put him is at a table full of people eating dinner, basically. And I plop him at the table, and he's kind of just propped up like this, right at the moment when their food arrives. So the waiter puts food in front of everyone, and they don't know what to do. And from their perspective, it's like Seth Rogen just dropped a corpse at their table at like the exact moment their steak was arriving. And so, and I'm just like, he's fine. And he's like, clearly not fine. And I don't want him to be embarrassed, so I get him back to my table. Finally, everyone in the restaurant is like, why are they sitting down? Why aren't they leaving? And he's like, I'm fine. I don't want to embarrass him. And then finally he starts to take his pants off at the table. And at that moment, I'm like, we're getting the fuck out of here. And we rolled out of Mastro's, and I have not been back since.
But you can order your Houseplant products at houseplant.com.
He's fine.
He's fine. Thank you, Seth. We'll be right back with Winston Duke.